Time for this week's What to Watch For here at LAGalaxy.com. Alongside Kobe Jones, Joe Tutino, the Galaxy back in action and on the road. They will play at the Houston Dynamo this weekend. And the good thing about this is one of the few times this season, Kobe, it's back-to-back weeks with back-to-back games for the Galaxy.
You got to love it. The Galaxy's got to be happy to be back. The players, I know from a personal perspective, being able to actually establish that rhythm is so important for the team moving forward.
One of the things we will see for the Galaxy is no Landon Donovan and no Omar Gonzalez, the first of about 6 weeks that the Galaxy will go without the U.S. national teamers, and that will change things.
Well, that's two major pieces to the LA Galaxy on the attack with Landon Donovan, how he affects just the flow of the game for the Galaxy. And then I think probably the more impressive loss is going to be Omar Gonzalez in the back. The Galaxy have struggled a little bit, giving up goals late. How without Omar is that going to affect anything with that continuity in the back, with that back four line?
Start out with the back because Leonardo also got injured in the game at Portland, breaking a finger. Still not known if he's going to be able to go this week.
Well, that's the big question. I mean, if you're missing Omar Gonzalez and then you're missing Leonardo, your two central backs, who's going to go into those positions and how will they connect with the goalkeeper, but also those outside backs? It's a very tenuous situation for the LA Galaxy right now.
You mentioned no Landon Donovan and what he brings to the game. The Galaxy have been playing in this diamond in midfield. Would you change that?
I think depending on who you put in there, if it's a situation where Gyasi Zardes steps in there, I would definitely change the diamond. I think Zardes is more of a player that is a flank, a winger, that can get up and down. Coming inside, that's not his strength. So play the flat four, let the two in the middle, maybe one in front of the other a little bit, but not having the outside players pinch in so much.
Houston Dynamo, somewhat of a similar start for them. They're usually a slow starting team in Major League Soccer. They don't have Brad Davis.
Well, that's a huge, huge loss for the Houston Dynamo. They're a team, they're that workman's team that just does the same thing consistently well over time, but there is always a little bit of a twist in there, and that was Brad Davis. Without Brad Davis, they're going to have a bit of an issue. The set-piece service, that's where he was so dangerous, and that's where the Houston Dynamo's strength was.
Galaxy, unfortunately, left points on the field at Portland last week, getting the maximum points this week at Houston. How do you get that monkey off your back when you're not getting the points you're supposed to get?
Well, for the Galaxy, it's just about continuously playing well. I mean, that whole game, they had the goal at the last part, and then all of a sudden it's the last few minutes where, questionable call by the referee, but they did end up giving up the goal, and that's the important part. It's a mental state, not letting bad calls or a bad situation affect your team where you kind of slow down for a bit and let the opposing team attack.
A lot to watch for this week. Galaxy back on the road. Watch us at Time Warner Cable Sportsnet. Galaxy and the Houston Dynamo. For Kobe Jones, Joe Tutino, thanks for joining us here at LAGalaxy.com.